Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Hidden Ptarmigan. Welcome back to MoP Pandaria Classic on our human warrior, Ptarmig. We are currently in Terokkar Forest right now. Just having finished up Hellfire, or at least as much as I wanted to finish up Hellfire, I decided to move us here. We're level 64, just so we could see a little bit more of Outland before we, ship off to Northrend in 4 levels. We're going to go ahead and start by throwing our queue in for a dungeon. I don't know how long that'll take, but that's what we're going to do. We're heading to Illyrian Stronghold, I think is what it's called. Or Illyrian something. It's the Alliance town in Terokkar. And we're going to pick up some quests there. There is the Horde town right there, which I don't remember what that's called either. But we're about to find out, maybe, if it lets us discover Stonebreaker. It's probably what it's called. Those are Stonebreaker grunts, so... It's a wonderful morning here in Azeroth. Kind of quiet. A little bit of trade chat in the city, but nothing crazy. Just some people doing alchemy. I just came from playing retail. I was just recording a episode for our KSM series on our Holy Paladin. And let me tell you, these feel like completely different games coming from one to the other. This is so much different. It just feels like an epic journey, whereas retail really doesn't. It kind of feels like playing an ARPG, whereas this game does not feel like that at all. It feels like a epic journey. Look at that, we're popping a dungeon right off the bat. We're going into Blood Furnace, or Ramparts again. So you've already seen Ramparts on this channel, so we'll see if I leave this in or not. I might be cutting a lot of this out, unfortunately, just so you don't have to watch the whole thing. Looks like we got a Death Knight, another Death Knight. What a shock. Death Knights? We'll just start by just crushing right away. I think this is our first dungeon as an arms warrior, though. Sadly, we don't have any quests, but we're still gonna crush through it. You get a lot of XP from these, especially if you got a nice rested bonus. Now, so could someone tell me, am I supposed to be using, like, when do I use sweeping strikes, and what abilities do I use with it? Overpowers, mortal strikes. Overpowers seem correct. Same with mortal strikes. Probably slam, I would assume, as well. And should I basically always have it up if I can, or what's the deal there? I mean, that seems to be hitting like a freight train. Arms feels good. Arms is a good spec. Go ahead and pop this just to cut him down pretty quick. We're really close to 65, and I think, 75 is when we get our next ability, which isn't super exciting. The only exciting one we're going to get is Avatar, which is going to be really good, but that's not until level 90. We got a long time till we get Avatar, sadly. We could become Aang. Slam just hits so hard. Wow. So if you're looking for advice on how to level quickly in this game, I would recommend dungeons. They are by far the fastest way to level. Dungeons mixed in with quests. Don't stop. Just always be killing things too. And warrior is actually a viable leveling spec in this version of the game. And look at me, not even participating in the boss fight. Because I had to do important stuff over there. We'll just hit him with the slam. Get him with that thunderclap. Mortal strike. Yeah, look at that. We're crushing. I miss these animations. The human run animation I think is so much better in this version of the game. The only thing I don't like is the cape that clips, but if they could fix that and re-implement that in retail, I'd be so happy. If they could make the cape a little more flowy, not as rigid, but have the same animation, I would love humans a lot more. All human run animations in the classic in this version of the game are better in my opinion. This is a great time to Blade Storm. Blade Storm's such a cool spell. We'll follow that up with a thunderclap into a mortal strike on that guy and done. Hellfire Ramparts is a quick dungeon, so we're just going to leave it in. I mean, we've been in for 6 minutes and we're already almost done it. Even though you've already seen it, it's quick. Blood Furnace, I would not be recording again. We're also vastly overpowered because we have like 65s. I think a 60, a 60, a 63, and then a 60, and then myself as a 64. We're like vastly overpowered for this dungeon. I mean, I'm hitting them for like half their, or like a quarter of their health with slam. If I hit it, it's hitting like 2,500s, which is like ridiculously powerful when they only have 14,000 health. Sometimes it'll hit up to 4,000. Not that case though, because I showed it to you. Yeah, this looks like it's averaging around 2.3, maybe with a crit. Boom. Oh, come on. Give me like a 4,000 damage crit with slam, please. Be awesome. Hunter's kind of trucking over there. Easy peasy. Get crushed. So our healer looks to be a druid. Yeah, look at that. Druid's running pretty quick. Is that a night elf thing? Do night elves run faster in this version of the game? I think they may be. And what's our... Oh, it's a human. Humans can be hunters. I forgot about that. Is this guy? This guy's actually the last boss? Okay, cool. I always thought this guy was supposed to be the second boss, but no one ever did him as the second, so they changed it. I could totally be, like, dreaming that up. But I feel like I remember this guy being the second boss. Soon your people will kneel to my lord. Yeah, there's a 4,000 damage slam. You saw that. Correct. And there it is, our satchel of helpful goods. We'll get some gloves. Don't care about that. And don't care about that. Cool. We got him anyway. It's 5 gold. We got both. That's 10 gold right there. Alrighty. Well, thanks for the group, guys. Peace out. Quick little dungeon to start off the morning. 9 minutes. That's it to do that dungeon, and rewarded in a ridiculous amount of XP. So I'm okay with it. Now, where is the inn here? Is it over here? Yeah, that's what I thought. We're going to make this our home, because I'm pretty sure the last inn we had was Netherguard Keep. Down in It was down in Netherstorm, or not Netherstorm. What's it called? Blasted Lands. And I hearthed when we were in Hellfire and ended up hearthing back there like an idiot.
What's on your mind?
All right, Gravel Hammer. We got all the quests for Terokkar. And we got a quest in Mana Tombs as well, which we're not going to queue up for a dungeon quite yet. I kind of want to wait until Ramparts leaves the queue. It's going to be a while until we leave those Ramparts. We're going to sell real quick, though.
Need something?
Because we have a lot of stuff in our bags. Like a lot of stuff. Oh, those are actually BOEs. We'll keep those. Did I just sell them again? No, I didn't. Where'd they go when I bought them back? Oh, right there. We got a lot of stuff to sell. And we're holding on to that in case we go arms. Or fury. Alright, let's get right to it. Let's just start with killing... We're looting these like crystal thingies and killing warp stalkers. So, oh, that warp stalkers are stealthing on me. Where are you? There you are. You can't hide from me. And there's some crystals, or they're pine cones or something we gotta loot, I think. We also gotta kill timber wargs. Is that one? It's a pine cone. We need 30 of these things. That's what I like about classic questing, and what I mean by classic is basically like pre-WoD questing, maybe it's pre-Legion, I don't know, but you go to a town, maybe it's I think it's honestly pre-MoP questing, is you go to a town, there's like 100 quests there, you get all of them, and then you just go out and do all the quests, and you come back and turn them all in at once, and then they give you more. A couple more, and then maybe one or two will lead down like a chain that's like actually like a campaign style quest, if you would call it that, but there's no like legit campaign, and I really like that. It just kind of feels like I can go and do what I want, and I don't have to finish the zone. Like in retail, you open up the map and it's like, oh, you didn't finish the campaign quests. I hate the campaign questing. I think that was the worst thing they did for questing. I think it's cool to tell a story, but I think that I don't like it, because it's like, it just forces you to follow this, like, it makes questing boring. Like playing an alt kind of sucks in retail, because it's like, okay, do the same campaign again. And you don't have as much freedom. Like if I do another playthrough on Cataclysm, I don't feel like I have to do the exact same quests again. There are certain quests I want to do for gear, like dungeon quests and stuff, but I'm not gonna like feel like, oh, I have to go Hellfire, Terokkar. I could have gone Hellfire until 60 and then immediately go to Zangarmarsh. Like, and if I do an alt, I'm not gonna do this route again. Like I might skip Terokkar. I might do Hellfire, and then go Zangarmarsh, Blade, and then stay in Zangarmarsh till Nagrand, and just not do Blade's Edge or any of that stuff. Like, that's something I like about the classic version of the game, is that there's a bunch of different avenues. Whereas in retail, the new expansions, it's like you got to follow the campaign. You have to do the campaign, and I think that changed in either MoP or WoD. I don't quite remember, but I'm not a huge fan of that. I think it started changing in MoP. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. That being said, like, the campaigns aren't bad. They're not like bad campaigns. They're good. They're just my problem with them is that you can do them, and even if you do them on an alt, they stay on your freaking quest log. Like, you can't skip them. You cannot skip the leveling campaign, or you can skip the leveling campaign, but you can't skip the the season 1 campaign cannot be skipped, which drives me insane. I'm like, who thinks that's a good idea? Like, let's just. And they're like, well, you don't have to do it. I'm like, yeah, but it's stuck on my map. There's like a little panel that, like, your quest log, it's always at the top. Hey, you still need to do this campaign. It doesn't even give good rewards. You get some Valor Stones and stuff, and you're like, oh, whatever. So, like, that's my beef with Retail WoW and its questing. If you remove that, do you really want to keep these campaigns? Let me auto-complete them. You can auto-complete the Season 2 campaign up to Gallywix, and I love that. That's smart. Let me auto-complete them on my alts. You can auto-complete the Season 3 campaign. That's good. My Death Knight can just hit level 80, can do whatever he wants. He doesn't have to do the campaign. But he still had to go back and do the level 80 campaign, like the Season 1 campaign. Why? I don't know. There's no let me auto-complete it because I've already done it. Frankly, I think every single quest that you've already done on an alt when you go pick up the quest, it should say, you've already done this. Do you want to auto-complete it? And the answer should be yes. And if you auto-complete it, like, you lose the reward for sure. You know, if you don't do the activity, you don't get the reward a second time. You can only get the reward once, right? But let me choose if I want to do it again. Anyway, that's my little retail rant. Sorry, guys. I have a lot of strong feelings about how this game should be built. I think they do a decent job. It's a little too ARPG for me in retail to play it all the time, but, you know, overall, I think they do a good job. I think they've done a good job with the War Within. You know, I've said this 1,000 times. I would love to see them reuse old zones a little more than they do. They've started to, but I would like to see that trend continue. Like, the Arathi campaign was cool going back to Stromgarde, but I kind of want to see these zones transformed and modernized and give me reasons to go there rather than, oh, you have a little campaign quest in Stromgarde, just do that. I mean, it was a cool start. It's a cool start, but I want to hang out in Stromgarde. I kind of want the world to be worth exploring again, the old world. Why, you know, oh, maybe I should come to Hellfire. Oh, there's that resource in Hellfire that I really need. I really want to go there. You know, a game that does a great job of this is RuneScape. There's always reasons to go back to old zones. Whether it's to do, like, lower level skills, but, like, you're never really going to hang out in one exclusive area. Like, oh, it's like, you still see, like, really high level players in Lumbridge, which is like the starter area. Even though they don't really need to be there. There's no, like, huge reason for them to be there, but they still go there because there's some things for them they need to do there. Maybe it's because the world of RuneScape is pretty small comparatively to World of Warcraft. But still, it's kind of what I want to see. I want to come here and be like, oh, people are hanging out here because there's this thing that goes on there that's beneficial. I don't know. I think a good start was the dragon races. If anyone remembers those, they were doing dragon races in Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor and Northrend. That was really fun. There was some out here too, I think, in Outland. Those are great. Great things. I think we need more evergreen content in retail WoW. Evergreen content is content that doesn't really go away. Doesn't ever lose relevance. Examples like that are dragon races for achievements and for color schemes, or, you know, just for the heck of it. Or like mount farming is like an evergreen feature. People do mount farming. That's like the biggest thing that is evergreen, and transmog farming. Because transmog is like the true end game of World of Warcraft retail. I'm trying to think of, like, options for evergreen content in retail WoW. I think you could do something with crafting. I think if you changed the craft, like right now, WoW's crafting is very convoluted, and it's. I'm not a huge fan of the modern WoW crafting system. I think it's too. It's very confusing. There's a lot of stuff. I feel like it's its own game in and of itself, which is cool. You know, like give people a reason to do it, and it does reward very good gear. I don't think WoW's ever really gotten crafting correct. There's always been something off about it. But anyway, I don't want to whine about crafting too much. But I think that they could kind of overhaul crafting and give you a reason to go back to the old zones. So like you could have special crafting areas in old towns and in like particular like starting areas or any of the old zones where, and you could tie it to transmog. You know, the gear might not be amazing, but there is a special Elwyn Forest style of armor, but you have to craft it in Elwyn Forest. This is the only place the smith lives. He lives out in, like, let's say Eastvale or wherever, and that is where you go to craft your Elwyn Forest styles. Maybe something like that. I don't know how that would work because there's like a billion zones, but certain items that can only be crafted in certain locations throughout the world for styles, for transmog. You could also do the housing, the upcoming housing system. I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but have player housing be focused not in the new zones, but the old zones, so that people have a reason to go there. Instanced housing. You know, and not like... I kind of like the system that New World did with housing, where you could see everyone's house, but you could only see certain homes, right? Like, you couldn't see everyone's house. Like, you could see everyone's, like, the structure of everyone's house, right? But only one home would ever be shown at a time, and have it rotate. Like, different days of the week, you see different houses. All the houses on layer B show up. You know, and depending on what layer you're on, or shard, or whatever it's called, you see different homes. Or have housing I think housing competitions are going to be cool. I think if you could do those, pull those off, that'd be awesome. And the winner of the housing competitions gets their house shown for the month, or something like that. Your house is the public house that's shown. That'd be cool. And there we go. We were wrapped up here. Let's head up top and kill all those guys now. We'll turn in the quest over here on the way.
Hello. What brings you here?
Oh, is there another quest? Shows one on the map. I already have it. Thinning the ranks. She wants us to go back there. Okay, we'll do that first then. We'll kill the bone chewers. Nothing like slaying orcs, right? Could even put on our Stormwind tabard to show our allegiance while we slay these orcs. Yeah, but I love the idea of good evergreen content. Blizzard has a lot of plans for it, it looks like, or they have options. They just need to implement. That's all. There's a lot of them in here. We're gonna run in here and crush some souls. Look at that. Just get wrecked, nerds. Very nice. That's a little turn in up there. What do you guys think? Do you guys have any ideas for evergreen features Blizzard could implement? I hate logging in and just staying in Dornigal all the time. I guess I could go to other zones for whatever reason. And I do. Sometimes I go fly around old zones for fun. But then I'm like, what am I doing here? I'm not making progress. There's no reason to be here. Unless you're like RPing. I actually switched to Moonguard on my Paladin, which didn't expect myself to do. Moonguard's like an RP server. After watching, I switched there because of the Herb Vendor. If anyone knows who Herb Vendor is, that guy's awesome. Really cool dude. Based on his videos. He makes really cool videos. I don't actually know the guy at all, but seems like a cool dude. But he plays on Moonguard, and I just swapped there because after watching his videos. This was before I even did YouTube. But I swapped there after watching his videos because it just looked like a fun community. And I've had some good interactions on Moonguard. I haven't really had any. I've only had one weird interaction with someone, and you know, I kind of let that one go. I kind of like was like, I'm not interested in what you're selling here, boss. But other than that, like, it's been a good experience playing on Moonguard. There's a lot more people, and people kind of make their own content. Which, I don't. If you've watched the Herb Vendor series, the guy does like his guild or friends like kind of do like RP things throughout the old world, which is always really cool. And like they go on little like self-made quests, and it's so neat. And I've only done like one little thing like that with some random people, but regardless, it looks fun and it looks neat. And that's something I like about Moonguard. Like I was just flying around in, where was I? Oh god, I don't remember what zone it was. It was in the Eastern Kingdoms, and I was on my Paladin, just kind of dragon riding around for no reason other than just flying. And I saw like a group of dudes just sitting on a lake shore, just chatting. And I was like, I stopped by and talked to them for like 5 minutes. They were just hanging out fishing. When like I think it was Red Ridge. They were just fishing, and they had a whole backstory and everything. It was cool. It was really cool. All right, let's go turn these bad boys in.
What brings you here?
Cool. Alrighty. Now we gotta head back here and turn all those in. Getting a lot of XP. I'm running into a tree. Because I'm texting while flying. The Popo would be pissed.
Need help? Light bless you.
Alright, let's turn in some quests.
Good day to you. Safe travels. See you around. Have a good one. See you around.
Thank you, sir. And we got a couple more to turn in inside. Just one, that looks like. Well, Celeth.
I am listening.
Alright. We're going to head north, and we're going to knock these out at least, and do the Vessels of Power quest. Alright. There's one. Don't want to fight everything. That one blew up. Why'd it blow up? It's not good. Oh, those guys look horrible. These are terrifying looking. That one blew up too. Not doing too great over here, guys. Alright, come on. Don't blow up. What are you doing? Alright, come on. We got this one. What is going on? Am I doing something wrong? Okay, that one didn't blow up. That's good. We're gonna level just from killing these guys. Rested XP is fantastic. I haven't played on this guy in a week or so, and I was kind of trying to pump out as much KSM content as possible early on, just to make some progress in it, so I haven't had time to record Cataclysm. You know, especially with my Dune Awakening addiction still going very strong. There's nothing like, you know, playing Dune Awakening and just getting all that spice. Such a good feeling. Thinking about making a separate channel for survival games and like random games, not World of Warcraft related, for like basically everything else, because this channel is kind of World of Warcrafty. I do other MMOs on this channel. This is like pretty much just for MMORPGs, like fantasy MMOs. Like I put RuneScape on here, PoE could go on here, stuff like that could go on here. This style game could go on here. I don't know if ARPGs really fit the mold for this game, for this channel. It's kind of any game like WoW that I would play, I would put on this channel. New World, kind of stuff like that I would keep on here. But like anything else, I think I'd have to put on another channel just because of the way YouTube works. But I do play a lot of other games. Dune Awakening, Gates of Hell, Hell Let Loose. Hell Let Loose I would absolutely never, ever record myself playing, because you would just watch me get rocked for, unless you really want to see that. Would have to go on my second channel, which does exist, it just has no content on it. It's just called Ptarmigan 2. Yeah, you would just watch me get rocked for like 6 hours. I'm so bad at Hell Let Loose. My brother and I play it together, and he's like really pretty good. The only thing I'm good at is like Tank Commander, but you need a group of 3 to play that, and I don't know how much people want to watch me commanding 2 other guys on how to drive a tank. Look at that, we're already 65, we're cruising. We're 3 levels away from Northrend, and I'm sorry to all my TBC fans out there, that is probably going to be where I go immediately at 68. As soon as it happens, I'll be there. I actually have a good story. When I was a kid, I was so interested in going to Northrend that as soon as I finished TB, I would get to 67. When I got to level 67, I couldn't wait any longer to go to Northrend, so I would go to Valgrade in up here, and there are these NPCs that run at the wall and assault the wall, and you would kill them. I would just kill them, just to level, just so I could be in Northrend. I would do a whole level, almost a whole level. I'd do like, basically I would have a bunch of quests ready to turn in Outland. And I would turn in whatever I could, and whatever I got to, whether that was like halfway through, as long as it was about halfway through, I would go to Northrend. And be like, I'm done with this stupid Outland place. That's what I always thought. I love TBC now. You know, I have fond memories of it. But at the time when I was a little kid, I just wanted to go to Northrend so bad that I would just go there and kill stuff. Because you could I would just go there and kill stuff at 67 to try to get to the point where I was 68 so I could start doing the quests. And that was a fond memory. I'm not going to do that in this playthrough. We're going to naturally hit it. We're not going to go farm NPCs, NPC Valiar, or whatever they're called, or Vicryl, until 68, just to be in the atmosphere. But and that is where we're going. We're going to go to Valgrade. That is where I went to Northrend for the first time. I did not go to Borean Tundra until my second playthrough. Second alt went to Borean Tundra. I kind of did the same thing there, but it's not as effective there. Alright, sorcerers are done. We just need Talonites. And then there's some guys we gotta kill, but I think they're over there. Look at that big attack. Wow, 5,000 damage slam. That feels good. Alright, the last guys we gotta kill are over there, so we're gonna fly over there, and then we're gonna hearth back to Illyrium Stronghold. Just to turn all that stuff in, because I'm gonna wrap up the episode after I kill these guys. I've been recording for like 3 hours this morning, so need to go take a break and eat something. Eat some food. It is the weekend, and you know it's actually Saturday the 30th right now of August, the same day that KSM video released. So yes, I did record and release that video in one day. I was being a madman, just doing it all at once. And then starting to record this. I got a lot more recording to do today. I have to record the Koreshi questline for War Within as well. Where's the last guy? He's over there. All right, let's head over there and get him. We will be doing this stuff later. We're going to go to Nagrind. We're going to do a couple more rounds of questing here and then head to Nagrind because I love Nagrind. Probably head to Nagrind around 66. That's my current goal, is head there at 66 and then do 66 and 67 there. So that's 65 and 60. We'll go from 64 to 66 here. Yeah. We did a lot of levels in Hellfire because I really like Hellfire a lot. We did 58 to 64 in Hellfire. But yeah, we'll do 66 to 68 in Nagrind because Nagrind's awesome. And then we're gonna probably not do Shadow Moon Valley, Blade's Edge, or Netherstorm, or Zangarmarsh. So that'll get us 3 zones. And then if we do another playthrough, the plan is going to be Hellfire, Zangarmarsh, and then stay in Zangarmarsh until Blade. Then so it'll be Hellfire, Zangarmarsh, Blade's Edge, and then either Shadow Moon or Netherstorm. Depends on what I'm feeling. I have never really done Netherstorm, so I'm actually kind of interested in doing Netherstorm on my next playthrough. This playthrough, we won't be. Unless I get to Nagrind and there's just not enough quests to do, but I think we'll be fine. Especially if we go there at 66. Alright, let's hearth back to Illyrian Stronghold. Alrighty, we're back. Beerby. Hi, Beerby.
Hey there.
What can I do?
Alright.
See you later.
Thanks, Thandar, for the healing pots. We have so many of them.
Hello.
And thin the flock. All right, there we go. All right, now with that, thank you all for watching the video. I appreciate you hanging out with me for a little bit, and I will catch you in the next one. See you later, everyone. Peace.